Before Shadow Lugia comes back to raids in Pokemon GO, you need to know this and you need to do this in Pokemon GO. Good morning, God bless everyone. As you guys know, and I've already made a video about it, but the Rocket Team Takeover event is happening from August 8th at 12 a.m. going all the way to August 12th at 11:59 p.m. Stay tuned, and first off, just give you all ready the research. We're going to get special research where we will obtain a rocket radar, and in specific with this rocket radar, we can get, or it's a super radar basically, where you can get Giovanni, and Giovanni will have Cresselia as a shadow Pokemon. Now, the reason I'm not too excited about this, and you really shouldn't be too much either, is Cresselia not only cannot be shiny, but also the fact that it's only decent in maybe Great League. But, you know, if you still want to catch it, go for it. But I will say in specific, it's not that good in raids, and it's not good in PvP. So you guys can keep that in mind. Rockets, like Team Rocket Grunts in Pokestops, will be spawning more, as well as balloons. One every 3 hours compared to the one every 6 hours. So we're gonna get 8 total Team Rocket balloons a day, which is really great because if you complete 6 Team Rockets, you get 1 rocket radar, and 1 rocket radar can give you the new leaders Cliff, Sierra, and Arlo. And in specific, when I say new, is they are going to have new shadow Pokemon. So no more Cacnea, Machop, or Trapinch. We are going to get new shadow shiny Pokemon. That has not been revealed yet, but we'll figure out sometime soon on what that is, and that's pretty exciting. And of course, remember, you can take off frustration on your big evolution shadow Pokemon. And what I mean by that, let's say Mamoswine has frustration. With a charge TM from this event, you will be able to take off frustration. And if you forgot, or if you took out all your charge TMs from your bag, you can now actually get it in the field research when the Team Rocket Takeover event happens. In field research, we're gonna get the charge TMs and fast TMs from the Pokestop field research. So if you are wondering and you don't really have any as of right now, don't worry, Pokemon GO providing for you. Now, if you guys knew before, the past couple weekends, we're going to be getting Suicune as our shadow Pokemon. However, with this takeover event, it is going to be switching it up with Shadow Lugia coming to raid. So if you guys don't remember, there was a little thought it was all Apex Lugia until we realize now that it is now going to be Shadow Lugia that's going to be coming to the 5-star Shadow raid. So here are going to be the weaknesses and the best counters against Lugia in Pokemon GO. Shadow Lugia has probably the most ops I've ever seen. Let me explain. The 1.6 weakness is Rock, Ghost, Electric, Ice, and Dark. That is so many openings for so many different Pokemon. It is crazy. So I'm gonna go over the top 10 or maybe even top 12 best Pokemon to use against Necrozma from Pokebattler. So I'm gonna tell you all these, as well as I'm gonna go over on the end some easier ones that you can have. So if you don't have these specific Pokemon, you might have other ones that can be kind of as a switch off that you can still at least do pretty decent with against Lugia raids. So let's go over the top 12, with the first one being Dawn Wings Necrozma. That is super awesome to see. Dawn Wings Necrozma, we were able to get this from GoFest, so hopefully you were able to do some raids with Shadow Claw and Moongeist Beam. Mega Tyranitar with Bite and Brutal Swing. And these are in no specific order on best to worst, but I will say these first couple that I'm saying are going to be the pretty top tier against Shadow Lugia. Shadow Tyranitar with Bite and Brutal Swing. And with this Team Rocket event, if you go hunt for Shadow Tyranitar, you can actually get the charge TM and actually get both attacks and not have to deal with frustration. That's why this event is so good, because you're able to get these really top tier 5-star rated attackers from Team Rockets from this event. Mega Banette, that's crazy. I've never seen Mega Banette do good, but since it's a ghost type, it's gonna be really good with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball. Mega Diancie, if you guys don't know already, is one of the best mythicals in raids in general. I've seen this against so many different raid attackers. So with Rock Slide and Rock Throw as the attacks, Mega Gengar with Lick and Shadow Ball, which is pretty cool. Obviously, you can only use 1 Mega Pokemon, but these are just some of the options you can go through. If you only have Mega Candy for, let's say, Gengar instead of Diancie, you can still use Gengar and it's still going to work really well. Xurkitree. I Love this. I caught a couple circuitries and I just powered up my circuitry as of recently. And circuitry is, if you guys don't know, one of the best electric type attackers in the game. And it's going to be super good against Shadow Lugia, as it also was good against Shadow Suicune. Shadow Magnezone with Spark and Wild Charge. Shadow Magnezone is really just in a lot of different raids. So make sure you guys get a bunch of Magnezone because it is in 1-star Shadow raids coming up pretty soon, and that can be potentially shiny. Shadow Weavile with Snarl and Avalanche, even though it is an ice type attack, which is interesting. Also, you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure I said the 1.6 time weakness, still good. Shadow Raikou with Thunder Shock and Wild Charge, that's an electric type attack. Mega Manectric. I feel like a lot of people do have Mega Manectric. My bad if you don't. It came out, I think we got research with it when it first came out, so we were able to get some of the energy for it. And then Shadow Electric is the number 12 that it says with Thunder Shock and Wild Charge. Now, like I said, I'm doing it in really no specific order. I'm just telling y'all the top of these raids. Now, I want to talk about in specific kind of some that you can use if you don't have the Pokemon that I just named. So, rock types, there's Rhyperior and Rampardos are really, really good, as well as Shadow Rampardos can be very, very good. Ghost types as well. Electric, ice in specific. Ice, I know a couple Pokemon on top of my head. Glaceon is a really good Pokemon, as well as Mamoswine and Shadow Mamoswine are both really, really good ice types. So, those are some that if you don't have the Pokemon that I said in the top 12 before, try and use those as the replacement, since these are going to be pretty close as the benefit and effectiveness as the other ones are going to be. So that is all the counters for Shadow Lugia. Now, let's go over more details about the Team Rocket Takeover event, since I think there's a couple more I need to talk about. You guys know that rocket radars are going to be way easier to get, since balloons are coming once every 3 hours, and as well as we're going to get a bunch of team leaders. That means we're going to get a bunch of 12-kilometer eggs. Now, note the 12-kilometer eggs egg pool is still going to stay the same, meaning that we're still going to have the Ponyard and the bunch of other stuff that's going to be on the screen, since I don't remember on the top of my head. However, the reason you're going to want to do this, and you're going to want to hash these eggs in specific if you're not wanting to do these 7-kilometer shiny boosted eggs, which fair enough, they're kind of difficult to get and difficult to get shiny. So if you want to do the 12-kilometer eggs, this is why you probably should do it. Not only do you get over 5,000 stardust every single time you hatch a 12-kilometer egg, which if you had a star piece on, that's over 8,000, but the fact that you get double times XP every single time you hatch an egg, and that is very, very important with this event. Since Adventure Week did give this bonus event, and the Team Rocket Takeover event is going over while the Adventure Week is happening, I want to let y'all know to take full advantage of this. With the Adventure Week research, the $2 research, if you are willing to spend the $2, you do get 2 incubators and 1 super incubator, which you can use it multiple times. And with 12-kilometer eggs, you're going to want to use incubators because the infinite incubator can only get you so far with having to walk a whole 12 kilometers. So with this 4-day event, if you are planning to hatch eggs, hatch the 12-kilometer eggs. If you want to do the double times XP and want to get thousands and thousands of stardust, plus good potential of Larvitar, and if you want to get Larvitar, which is going to be good against Shadow Lugia, you can get a Mega Tyranitar with a bunch of candies, power it up, or if you need a bunch of candies, power up a Shadow Tyranitar, since, again, Tyranitar is one of the best attackers in game. 12 kilometers are not too bad to raid, or not too bad to, I guess, incubate. I will say that the Adventure Week is still going to be going on. I guess this is going to be at the very end. It's going to still be going on while the Team Rocket Takeover event is happening. And note that the 7-kilometer eggs still have a shiny boost, which is Amora, Tyrant, Cranidos, Shieldon, Tortuga, and Archon. All those can be shiny boosted. They're going to be in the field research. However, field research is going to be clogged up because the Team Rocket Takeover event is going to have other field research. So Adventure Week and the Team Rocket Takeover event are both combining, clogging up the Pokestops. I made videos about Adventure Week on all the info you need to know, and I made all videos about more of the Team Rocket event. So check out both of those. God bless. I love every single one of y'all. Have a great day.